Good morning, YouTube. Woke up way too early. Woke up, let's see, about probably 1:13 in the morning or something. Couldn't get back to sleep, and there's a video I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'd seen a few videos on YouTube that were like worst to best albums by certain bands. I'd seen one on Rush, I'd seen one on Kiss, Queen, Metallica, and as you can see, I'm a huge Meat Puppet fan. I got the shirt, I wore this for the occasion. Love the Meat Puppets, been a fan since high school, and seen them 6 times, had the pleasure of meeting Kurt a few times. Very nice guy. He lives in Austin, which is where I live, and I've lived here for 13 years now. Know Shandon a little bit, or I've met Shandon a little bit, so used to talk with Shandon some, and Shandon's a great drummer, really cool, hell of a nice guy. So since there's not a Meat Puppet video like this on YouTube, I decided to make my version of the Meat Puppets albums worst to best. This is all their studio albums. This is not counting the live albums or compilations or solo albums or anything like that. So, excuse me. Gotta get ready for this video. So this is the Meat Puppets discography, worst to best. This is just my opinion, and some of you Meat Puppet fans might disagree with me, but this is the way I rank the album. So starting with this one, the absolute one at the bottom of the list, Rise to Your Knees. This album, I'm sorry, but I hate this record. I feel it was a bit lazy. The production's, the production on here is not great, but the musicianship, it just sounds lazy. It's like 11 years, and this comes out with Chris back in the band, and I saw them a couple times before the album came out in Austin, and I heard a lot of these songs for the first time, and bought the album as soon as I could, being very excited for new Meat Puppets, and I absolutely hate this record. I don't think that Kurt likes this one too much, probably because I remember after the album came out, I saw them twice at Stubbs. Once they were opening for Sonic Youth, and then they opened for Built to Spill in Stubbs in Austin. This was back in 2007. They didn't play anything from this at the time, which I was a bit surprised, but at the same time grateful, because I'm sorry, this album, I hate it. It's awful. So that's the bottom one. Next we have first album, Meat Puppets. This one's very weird. Very different Meat Puppet. They were like hardcore. Not quite sure what they were trying to do when they first came out with the this album and the EP in a car and compilation songs. A bit noisy. I actually do like it a little bit, but I really have to be in the mood for this. It's not one I would recommend to anybody. This one's only really for completists like myself, who have to have everything that you can possibly get your hands on by the Puppets. Songs I really like, I like Milo Sorman Maze is a really good one. Blue Green God, Rewards. So I actually do like this quite a bit, but yeah, it's low at the list. Next one, Monsters. This is kind of a weird album. I remember when I first got this, and I love that cover art. I gotta say, that's my favorite piece that Kurt's done. Love the cover art. The cover art from the album covers that he's done and that Derek Bostrom has done is what made me want to hear their music, and I thought their music was just as good as the artwork. But this is an album that sounds a little lost in time, I guess. It kind of has like a, well, it's got some drum machine on it, so it sounds a bit dated. Kind of sounds like 80s hair metal a little bit in places. Really great stuff on here. I really love Light. Light, I think, that's definitely my favorite. Light's definitely the strongest song on here. I haven't seen them play Light. Well, I've seen live videos on YouTube, but I haven't been to a show where they played Light, and I hope when they do their next Austin shows or Texas shows, they bring that into the set list. Attacked by Monsters is one they like. They play that one quite a bit. I've been to a couple shows where they played Attacked by Monsters. Touchdown King's another live staple. But yeah, I like Touchdown. All those are really great songs. I like In Love. It's really good. Strings on Your Heart's another one. I quite enjoy it. It's just it's low on the list, but not a bad album. Just not the best. So go on to, what is this, 2011, Lollipop. I first got this on vinyl because I went to Waterloo to get the CD and they didn't have the CD, so I got the vinyl. And then when I had money, I found this and bought it. Quite enjoy this one. Orange was, I think, the first one I heard from here. Actually, no, Damn Thing was, because they had released a single for free. But the first video I saw was Orange, and Orange is definitely probably the I don't know if it's the catchiest, but it's probably my favorite. Lantern's one I really like. I really like Lantern. Vile is really good. Way That It Are, Hour of the Idiot, Shave It. This has got some good stuff. Really quite enjoy this one. I know I'm rambling, sorry. Yeah, the Meat Puppet fans have already clicked off. Okay, so going from that one to this, Sewn Together. It took me a while to get this one because I was so disappointed with Rise to Your Knees. I was afraid to get anything else after it, and I never forgave myself for giving up on them at that time. But this is actually very, very strong. Really think this is a great record. Blanket of Weeds, Rotten Shame, I'm Not You, Go to Your Head, SKA, Nursery Rhymes, one of my favorites. This is Monkey and the Snake is like the one they play. That's like the only song they still play in their set list from the new albums, and what I mean are the reunion albums, I should say. I went and saw them live. Last time I saw them was they were opening for Soul Asylum at the Belmont, and I had never been to the Belmont, and that was a really good show. And they played Monkey and the Snake, and I had seen like live videos and past set lists where they played that, but for some reason they really like that one, but that's the only song they'll play from the 4 reunion albums. They don't play any of those other ones anymore. Like when they put out a new album, they'll play stuff from it, and then next tour they ignore it. But yeah, Sewn Together, one I quite enjoy. Here's one that's probably a cult classic. Like this one, still have the SST version of it. Didn't get the Ryko because I already had this, but Huevos. Quite enjoy this one. This has got some really great stuff. Look at the Rain, of course, is definitely one of my favorites. Seen that live a couple times. Paradise, Sexy Music, Fruit, Automatic Mojo, Dry Rain. Really like this one. This one definitely has like kind of a ZZ Top kind of vibe to it, and that's okay. I quite enjoy this. But yeah, I'd say it's a pretty killer record. So Huevos is a good one. Some people think this one probably should be higher on my list, but I don't know. Like I said, this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree, and yes, love comments, hate comments, whatever you want to do. The Breakthrough album, their gold record, Too High to Die. This one really put them on the map. They were no longer underground at this time. But we all know Backwater. I have to tell you, I absolutely don't like Backwater. That was when I first heard of them, that song came out. I was in junior high, I think. And I never liked that song. So for the longest time, I hated the Meat Puppets for that one song. I wouldn't say I hate the song, but it's definitely a weak song on here. The standouts: Violet Eyes, Never to Be Found, We Don't Exist, Severed Goddess Hand, Flaming Heart. Stations, probably my favorite, a Chris Kirkwood song. Evil Love, really like that. It's a really great record. It really is. It's not my favorite, but yeah, it's definitely a strong album. So yeah, Too High to Die. That's next, and then after that we go into, and people are going to be probably thinking I'm crazy for ranking this over Too High to Die, but Rat Farm, the newest one, quite enjoyed this one quite a bit. Really like this. Yeah, I got this. I bought this without ever hearing anything from it. I had just heard it. It got 5 stars on Amazon. Had nothing but great reviews, and wanted it all to be new to me. Definitely great. It's hard to talk right now, but definitely a great solid album. Rat Farm, One More Drop, Down is great. Absolute favorite song, original one. Love original one. That's a big hit single for me. I love the original one. Waiting is really good. But yeah, I say pick this up if you haven't heard this already and you're a Meat Puppet fan. It's definitely... I'm hoping this is not their last album. They have not put out anything since 2013. I'm hoping for another Meat Puppets record eventually. And I'm a huge meathead. I gotta have it all. And this one, quite a bit different. Different Meat Puppets. Very special album to me because I first saw the Meat Puppets in this time, or actually a year before the album came out. Golden Lies. Yes, I know some people might not count this as an actual Meat Puppets album, but because Chris is not on it. But I saw them at South by Southwest, March 20th, 1999. I have that show on CDR. I've listened to it 50 billion times. And they played mostly stuff from this album. They played 3 old songs, and they played a lot of stuff that we didn't know. But this is a very strong album. Actually, I've always said this is the best album that came out in 2000. 2000 was a horrible year for music, but this, I have listened to this 50 gazillion times. I love this album. It's a very strong album. And I don't think they'll ever play anything live from it again. Probably because Chris wasn't on it, and not really sure if Kurt's really happy with this album, because I know he didn't want to call it Meat Puppets, but it was kind of he was pressured to call it Meat Puppets. But yes, it's Kurt with 3 other people. Shandon Saum's debut. It's still a Meat Puppets album to me, and it's great. Love it. We go from that to this is a great album. The last one for a while. And then they disbanded. Won't go into the story. It's too long and depressing, but no joke. I think this is killer. This is great. I've listened to this 50 gazillion times too. Big fan of, Scum was a hit. Scum's good. I like Nothing a lot. Head is beautiful. Cobbler, Inflatable, Sweet Ammonia, Chemical Garden. Very strong album. It's really good. It's a shame that it didn't get promoted well. I heard they didn't tour for this album, or they probably didn't play live much for it. I don't know if that's true, if they didn't tour or not, but I'll just go with that. I'll quit rambling because I'm talking your ear off. No joke, killer album. Here's a good one. First one I ever got, my friend turned me on to them because he didn't get the Meat Puppets, so he let me have this. This is the first Meat Puppets album I got. Forbidden Places. I really like this. This is a great one. Of course, we all know Sam, because every show I've seen, they always play Sam. There's a lot of killer songs on here. This Day is beautiful. Open Wide. Whirlpool, love Whirlpool, Another Moon. Forbidden Places, the song No Longer Gone, Popsicle. Ending with 60 Gallon Pie, perfect song to end this with. Classic album, great album. Underground, out of print, but I've seen this used so many times, so pick this up if you haven't heard it already. Forbidden Places, love it. And this one, basically the one that is an underground cult classic, and some people, the Meat Puppets fans from back in the 80s have this one, Meat Puppets 2. Yes, this is the Nirvana covered album we all know, Lake of Fire, Plateau, Oh Me, which are great. I love those songs. Really like Split Myself in Two. New Gods is one I really wish they would play live. I haven't been to a show they played New Gods, but yeah, Meat Puppets 2, definitely classic. Really like it. We're Here is definitely a nice trippy song. Very kind of psychedelic desert rock. So definitely a good one. And there you go. And then we've back 2 left. The bottom 2 were really hard for me to play. It's like, which one should be number 1, which one should be number 2. This next album I'm about to show you, when I first got it, I truly thought this was the best album of all time. This was my number 1 favorite album of all time. And each year, as I age and my musical taste, you know, get broader, I have another favorite album of all time. But at the time when I was, I guess, 19 or 20 when I first got this probably should be number one, but I'm going to rank it at number two, Up on the Sun. Swimming Ground was like the best song I'd ever heard. That is, and I haven't been to a show where they played it, but Up on the Sun, they play that every show. Up on the Sun is great, and they jam it out live when they play it. But yeah, really good. I mean, this has got some strong stuff. I like, you know, Enchanted Pork Fist, Maiden's Milk, Away, Buckethead, Two Rivers. Yeah. Everyone loves Up on the Sun. Yeah, this is a classic. Essential, can't live without it. Heard it more times than I can even count. And then we go to the number one. Okay, this is my favorite one. I've decided that this is my favorite. I love the artwork, the production, the musicianship, the psychedelicness. You know what it is. There's only one album left. Whoops. Running away from me. Mirage. Love Mirage. This has got to be my favorite. I remember when I first got this, I couldn't stop listening to it, and I'm like, shoot, this might be better than Up on the Sun. But pretty much every song, Mirage opens it up. Love the title song. Quit It, Confusion Fog, The Wind and the Rain, Love Our Children Forever is beautiful. Leaves, Get On Down. Wish I would see that one live. They don't play much from this live anymore, which is a shame. I went and I saw the one show I saw them at in the middle of 6th and Congress during the Rot Rally in 2007. And they played The Wind and the Rain, but that was the only time I ever saw them play a song from this record. This is an album. I know they've done Up on the Sun in its entirety and Meat Puppets 2 in its entirety. This is one I want to see in its entirety. But yeah. Mirage, number one. Super colorful. Love the artwork by Derek Bostrom on that. Probably my third favorite album cover. The cover is perfect. Love the way the Meat Puppets letters look. It's awesome. So I rambled and probably did a poor job doing the worst to best Meat Puppets albums, but hey, there you go. It was kind of done on the fly, and I've been wanting to do it for a while, and that is my opinion. Tell me what you thought your top Meat Puppets albums were, which ones you thought were, worst to best. Comment, rate, subscribe, unsubscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But yeah, that's my first video of worst to best albums by a band, and the Meat Puppets happen to be the first ones to do it. So maybe I'll do more. Just doing it on the fly. Alright, thanks. I have recording sessions to go to later on this evening. I am documenting the sessions. I have some footage that has been unreleased. It's in the vault. Hope to edit a good video of the sessions of the new song that we're working on. And Crack the Wall's a couple of shows ahead, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. I'm going to find something to get into, and I'll see you later on YouTube. Alright, thanks everybody. Good night.